Hello fellow gamers, it's your boy Zero Inc. and I'd like to talk to you guys today about TGS, the Tokyo Game Show. Yes, I watched it, I stayed up for it, I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. So anyway, my thoughts on TGS 2014. PlayStation 4 had a great showing. They had a very, very good showing, and I commend them on the conference that they put out. As far as doing it in their hometown, they did exactly what they needed to do. They started it off with showing PS Vita games, which is huge in Japan, for those of you who don't know. So they showed Phantasy Star Nova, which is going to push PS Vita, Chronicle 3, they showed Gundam Breaker 2 by Namco Bandai, they showed Luminous Arc Infinity, they showed Koei Tecmo Games and the Male Romance 25th Anniversary Series, they showed the Light Pink White PS Vita for ladies, system software updates to be able to customize your settings for Vita. They're gonna make that possible now. And they were talking about the Live from PlayStation app with SharePlay to be able to share with your PS Vita with a person who has a PlayStation 4. And they said there's going to be 100 new titles for Vita. Some of them were The Walking Dead, Farming Simulator 2, Sword Art Online, Borderlands 2, Airship Q, Minecraft for PS Vita is also going to be on there. They talked about PlayStation 4 unit shares and talked about the 60+ PS4 games. And they talked about the share button, how it's becoming popular in Japan, and so on and so forth. So as far as the first opening segments, they did exactly what they needed to do. They captured the audience that they sell to in Japan, at least until the PlayStation 4 starts selling, when they actually have more Japanese games on the PS4. Now, after that, they talked about the Destiny bundle, and they talked about Destiny by Bungie. Now, I don't know what they meant by that, but apparently Destiny will only launch on the PlayStation in Japan. Xbox does not get Destiny in Japan. Bungie is only going to release on Sony in Japan. That is absolutely crazy. That's a blow to Microsoft sales right there. Okay, whether you want to believe it or not, Destiny is the biggest game coming out in this holiday season. Okay, Destiny is by far the hugest game. It reached levels that no one thought possible, became the most pre-ordered game ever in history, and everything else. So Destiny will not launch on Xbox in Japan. After that, they talked about Watch Dogs, and they showed Assassin's Creed Unity trailer. Then they talked about The Crew, which apparently is supposed to come out the 4th of December. If it's this year, then Forza Horizon 2 becomes a moot point on Microsoft. Crew's gonna be the better game. Forza Horizon 2 may be the better game besides Drive Club, but if you put The Crew up against it, the customization in The Crew and everything else in the open world, there's no way Forza Horizon 2 can actually compete. None. None at all. And the beta will only be on Sony in Japan. So the Crew beta will only be on Sony in Japan. The 4th of December, man. That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts that The Crew is coming out. I thought The Crew was going to be pushed back, but then they talked about Far Cry 4, which we've seen. Then they showed The Witcher 3 trailer with gameplay. Then they talked about sales and digital downloads and stuff, and they talked about the sales of the PS4. They talked about being over 10 million and etc., etc. Then they showed a golf game. Now, if you don't remember this golf game from PlayStation, this was back when sim games like SimCity and stuff like that were really, really popular, where you could create your own things. And since you can create your own things is becoming popular again, they made a golf game, MG Estate, Everybody's Golf by the Mingo Project. Now, it first came out on PlayStation, and it was actually a great experience. You could make your own resort and have your friends come play on it, and I think that's, you know, I mean, it's not a system seller, but that's pretty cool. Then they showed Little Big Planet 3. Then they showed The Tomorrow Children by Q Games. Then they showed The Order of 1886. And I'm sorry, dude, even with the black bars that everyone's talking about how they hate it, this game looks amazing. The graphics in it look better than Rise. Whether a lot of Microsoft heads want to say that or not, it does. It does look better than Rise. Is it going to be better than Halo? Well, Halo's coming out at the end of next year, or maybe early 2016. Tomb Raider is coming out at the end of next year. So, you know, I mean, if you want to talk about graphics, that's 6, 7, 8 months further back. And I'm not saying Microsoft is a bad system. By all means, Microsoft should be on your list of things to get. And then they showed the newest Bloodborne trailer, which looks fucking amazing, dude. I don't even know why people hate on Bloodborne and hate on The Order of 1886, because those games look fucking amazing, dude. I'm sorry, they really look amazing, you know, but you're gonna get those haters, I guess. Then they showed Project Morpheus. Then they showed Kingdom Under Fire 2, which is the free-to-play game that I'm most excited for and Angry Joe's most excited for. You're able to control your own armies, trying to control the map. This game's gonna be off the chain, okay? Kingdom Under Fire 2, that's gonna be coming to PlayStation. They showed that. They showed EDF. They showed Bladestorm, which looks fucking amazing. Bladestorm looks amazing, and I'm sure the Japanese public will enjoy that game. Then they brought Kojima up, and he talked about the playable teaser. Oh yeah, and Disgaea 5 has been announced for PlayStation 4. So Disgaea, yes, if you're an RPG enthusiast such as myself, is one of the better RPGs that are out there. Then Kojima talked about Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. He's got announcements at the actual Tokyo Game Show. He didn't want to do it on this pre-conference. Then they showed the trailer for the first Resident Evil remaster, which is great. I enjoyed that. Then they showed the Resident Evil Revelations 2 for the PlayStation 4. They showed the visuals. They showed a trailer for it. But that looked... It got me interested, let's put it that way. And Resident Evil Revelations 1 was an amazing experience. I loved every bit of it. I can't wait for Revelations 2. Then Sega showed the visuals for Yakuza 0, which we all figured they would. Then Bandai Namco Games came up, and they showed PS4 titles, God Eater 2, Rage Burst. They showed Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse looked fucking amazing. I don't know if it'll make it to the West. Probably not. One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. Now, I wish they would bring One Piece games over here. Okay, I really do. I wish they would bring some of these anime games over to the West, because there's starting to be a huge following of anime and everything, and I happen to be in that group of people that love that type of stuff. Then they showed Mobile Suit Gundam was announced. Then Tecmo showed Dead or Alive 5 last round gameplay. That game looks fucking cool, dude. I mean, that's a bomb right there, you know? I mean, I think you'll be able to get it on Xbox too, but Dead or Alive 5 is fucking amazing, okay? And then they showed Estival Versus, they showed Quintet, they showed Advent Dark Force, they showed Senran Kagura is coming to PS4. So I'm sure the Japanese market will love that. You gotta understand, all these, I'd say 80% of these titles are not gonna come to the US. But these are for this game show was for the Japanese market. So Sony's playing it right. Sony is showing all the Japanese support that they have. They still have a ton of Japanese support. And then Atlas came out and dropped a bomb, dude. This will make it to the West. Okay, this game will make it to the West. Persona 5 for PS3 and PS4. Wow, dude. Wow, that is a huge boost for PlayStation. The whole conference was worth it because of that one announcement for me. And then someone made a surprise announcement. Someone actually showed up at the end of the conference. Someone we haven't seen in a while. And that was Square Enix to announce Dragon Quest Heroes, their new IP. Whether you like Dragon Quest or you don't like Dragon Quest, if it comes, and they said it's going to be on the PS4, so that's going to be amazing. They're adding PS4 themes, so you can make your own themes for your backgrounds and everything else like that in the next software update. But Dragon Quest Heroes Dragon Quest has always been an amazing experience for me, and I'm happy they're bringing it to the PlayStation 4. And I guarantee you, Dragon Quest, Persona 5, Dead or Alive 5 will make it to the PlayStation West market. They did exactly what they needed to do in this conference, and I guarantee you Microsoft isn't going to be able to win over the Japanese market. Nintendo probably takes the holiday in America. You know, Nintendo is coming out with a lot of great games. Not taking anything from Microsoft. I think Microsoft's sales are going to boost during the holiday, but do I think they're going to catch Sony just over this holiday season? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They might get closer, but I spoke with my brother who's into selling video games and selling equipment and everything else like that, and he says that Sony is reaching 12 million already, and they don't look like they're slowing down. He can't keep the PlayStation 4s in the stores. So this isn't fanboy shit. This is just real shit. This is real facts, okay? Sony's almost reached 12 million. Microsoft has almost reached 6. Nintendo, I think, is up there. I think they're just over 8, if I remember what my brother was saying. I mean, this was a great conference for Sony. I'm glad they did it. I'm glad I stayed up for it. You've heard it first here. And I'll see you guys on the next Kickshaw angle. Rate, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think of TGS. I know a whole bunch of Microsoft fans are going to shit on Sony's TGS because they don't understand that it's not about promoting to the West. It's about promoting to the East, just like Nintendo does all the time, and they sell very well, and they're still around too. To be honest, I can't wait to see what else Sony does. But I've been saying this. Sony has put out new content at E3. They put out new content at Gamescom. They put out new content at TGS. They have not run out of content yet. They have not run out of content. They have not had to re-hype the same game over and over again. They have for certain Western games like Bloodborne and Order of 1886 and stuff, but they don't have to re-hype when they're coming out with games like Persona 5. They're coming out with games like Dead or Alive 5. PlayStation fans are not going to have any shortage of games this holiday. With The Evil Within coming out, with The Crew coming out, with Destiny coming out, there's no reason to think that Xbox is going to blow over Sony this holiday season. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys on the next Kickshaw Angle.